If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question: how do you imagine your life turning out if you weren't shy or antisocial? Answer by yours Simades. I am not going to imagine. I will tell you how my life really did turn out. You're in for a roller coaster. Let's begin. This was me. Wait. Which one? Yup, that's me. Why am I showing you this? This was the day of our school leavers ball. It is supposed to be the best day of school, right? Saying goodbye to your teachers and having a blast with your friends? Right? Try to guess what I'm thinking? I remember exactly what I was thinking. I can't wait to leave these talking fiends and return to my cave where I can play video games, watch Star Wars and hibernate. Goddamn was I asocial. My story begins when I moved to the UK when I was 8 years old. I was already classified as being slow, and adjusting to British culture was the real challenge for me. I adapted and eventually understood it. But unfortunately I had received enough bullying and isolation by then, that I shut myself out from the world. I would just linger through school, sometimes just sitting with a group of people, pretending I'm friends with them. Often I faked being sick so that I would miss school, that way I wouldn't have to deal with shyness and isolation. I would be muted, in my own world, rarely muttering a word. If I did, people would stare at me like you have no right to speak. Sometimes I would receive comments such as go back to your country or stop stealing our jobs, given the Eastern European stereotype. Sometimes I was named the Borat of the UK. Yeah. Life was tough. Knowing no one would value anything I had to say, made me extremely shy and avoidant of social opportunities. This impacted my future steps. After finishing school, life in college, high school, was supposed to be a new beginning. New people. Clean slate. Nope. I would go home every chance I'd get. Getting me to put my fear of people behind me was attempting to climb Mount Everest naked. During that year, doors waiting to be opened never got touched. Real friendships, new hobbies, passions, and on. And on. And on. Opportunities that were never attempted to be seized. People who are quiet, shy often are said to be smart, and nerds who do well in their studies. Well, not me. I failed that year. My options in the future were slim. Can you see a trend in these photos now? Mute. Sigh. May. Don't want to be here. What is smiling? Closed. I hate life. I am quite literally nothing. I don't socialize. I hate school. I have no hobbies. MSHT at everything. Heck, I ain't even close with my family. But then, a plot twist. Q. What was it? A. Failing my first year of college. This conversation happened. Dad, this is your last chance. We're giving you one more clean slate. We can send you up to London to restart college. Me. Yeah. K. Whatever. Eva entered London. Independently. All of a sudden, I have to wash my clothes, feed myself, budget my funds, lock the door, and on and on and on. Responsibilities. While these sound like obvious habits, it wasn't for me. I had to be independent to literally survive. After mastering some habits and feeling a little sense of confidence, I started to study a bit. Now, during these times I was still getting D's and S's. But for this one test, just this one test, I studied a little. And I got a B. At that very moment, I felt I'd just won an Oscar and wanted to give a speech. The confidence that rushed my veins. My God, this new energy. I couldn't help but speak to the person on my right. Me. Hello. What's your name? X. Hey. Nice to meet you. MX. What's your name? Where are you from? I thought, holy SHT? Does this person really want to know about me? Wow. Socializing. This was a huge foot in the door. For once, I was able to overcome my shyness and nerves with enough willpower for basic speech. This really opened the floodgates for me, for being more social, seizing opportunities and searching for answers. Without more text, here is how my life unfolded when I crawled out of my shyness and darkness. I made it to my desired university. I experienced trustworthy friends. I learned to play the guitar, with style. I experienced a bit of love, and how to grow myself. But still single. I became an athlete. I found people that truly made me laugh. I went on exchange in Canada. I went on adventures. Sometimes it was breathtaking. Sometimes it took my breath away. I received my first research opportunity. Building confidence from simple responsibilities activated my proactiveness in life and made me social to the world, not shying away from any opportunities. A problem with shyness and blocking ourselves from the world is that we end up hiding our potentials that are waiting to be ignited by a catalyst. Here's a current selfie having just procrastinated for an hour. Hope you enjoyed the read. Update. Thank you so much for the positive feedback, guys. It makes my day that I can give you some inspiration. That's my goal. Before I sell fairy tales, I just need to say from the moment of opening up to the world to where I am at now, it wasn't a smooth ride as Eva communicated it to be. There was always frequent brick walls, roadblocks and wells that I fell into. It's never going to be easy. In fact, it will get harder. What's critical is you maintain a sense of direction and remain resilient. With that, I never changed as a person and remained true to myself. Like seeing Avengers: Infinity War twice by myself. Smile. How awesome is Thanos? Thank you again and have an amazing day. Answer by Daniel Vu. See the depressed looking guy wearing a beanie? That was me before becoming a freshman in high school. As a freshman, I was shy, had low self-esteem, didn't put forth the effort to do anything, and was a huge StarCraft and Grand Theft Auto player. When it came around homecoming season, I attempted to ask this girl to the dance. VMI. Space. That was a gigantic no-no, as those days, since boys at the time still had the courage to ask girls in person. Rumors soon spread and I did not want to be around anybody because they were all talking about how I got rejected by one of the prettiest girls in high school. I soon found myself eating lunch in the bathroom for almost 3 years in high school. It wasn't until senior year when I had an epiphany. No one really cares about mistakes as long as you learn from them. Furthermore, the world isn't going to bite me constantly for all the failures Eva gone through. I began to slowly open out. After high school and after dropping out of college, I traveled to Brazil alone ahead of a church group I was with. That's where I realized I was more or less on a new slate and began to make lifelong friends. Not to mention, meeting a lot of beautiful women. Since the trip was a part of World Youth Day in Rio de Janeiro, I got pressed into doing an interview on TV on behalf of my church group during the event. That interview happened to be conducted by beautiful women too. A couple months after returning from Brazil, I enlisted in the Marines. After spending 3 months in boot camp, 2 months in Marine combat training along with guard duty, then 1 month over in North Carolina for job schooling, I found myself stationed in San Diego. Once more, I found myself starting on a new slate. Having that realization and wanting to make the most out of my newfound independence from my parents, along with wanting to get out of my comfort zone, I began to open out. By default, I became fast friends with plenty of Marines. Outside of the Marines, I began to make friends with the church group I joined early on in my enlistment, along with random people I met in meetup groups. We may or may not be intoxicated when this photo was taken. I went from shy, introverted, low self-esteem skinny dweeb to an ambivert, boisterous, if not social opportunist in a span of 5 years. So what do I imagine my life turning out to be like if I wasn't shy or antisocial? I don't imagine it, I am living it right now. Do you need to get the best advice on how to live a fulfilling life? Feel free to send a message to me on Quora or Facebook and you will not regret it. Answer by Parth Pathak. Take some minutes to read. If you like, I am both shy and antisocial as far as dealing with people in real life is concerned. I have around 500,600 friends on Facebook, but if you ask me now, I have just one friend with whom I talk casually on WhatsApp. Other than that, I have my family members. I was not always like that since time immemorial, though I had problems in socializing at that time too, but I didn't find it a big deal that time. But then I started feeling insecure about myself. Because everyone out there finds it easy to make friends, hang out, etc., and here I am who thinks at least twice before starting a conversation with anyone. Yeah, sometimes I do talk to people without thinking, but I end up speaking too weirdly that sometimes even I don't understand what I am actually speaking. XD. I had a family function some weeks back, so it's basically a get-together of all the relatives. I was sitting at the corner hiding my gaze, and someone calling me up for a "Gee, hey. Long time no see." Dang, this line gives me an adrenaline rush. I somehow unwillingly go the person, but I am awkward enough to be a turnout for that particular conversation. Well, now sometimes I manage to talk to guys with freedom, but talking to a girl of nearly same age gives me a bath of sweats. The most possible reason I could cite behind this behavior is I am not confident about myself. I was a chubby kid since childhood and was teased by everyone. Now too I face the same thing in different forms, but I laugh it off. But I only know how I feel. So, my general request to everyone out there is, please don't body shame anyone for your own fun. It may be funny for you to laugh, but it's a huge smash for the person's self-confidence. Well, I like to play games and read books, of course not related to curriculum, so I happened to join Discord, IG etc. due to Quora and Kings. I met a lot of wonderful people with whom I talked freely without any fear of being judged cause I never revealed myself on either platforms. This gave me a new sought freedom to be my original self, to which I feel that my life would turn out to be that way, if I were not antisocial or shy. Thanks for reading. Keep smiling. Smile. Cheers, D.